Hello everyone. The topic I'm going to talk about is related to multilingualism and personal development or intelligence, probably. Uh, Probably we usually associate multilingualism with the personal development in the sense that you go beyond the norms of your culture, but to which degree this is right, I'm going to talk about this. In general, we differentiate between two types of learning. One of them is social or cultural, and the other one is personal, which is personal development. So, the first one, you're learning even though you're not willing, because your culture is repeating certain things, focusing on certain things, equipping you with certain perspective, okay, which you can use to view the world, to make concepts. On the other hand, there's this kind of personal development, which means that you are learning on your own. You learn things that you are interested in. You acquire more knowledge. You build your own intelligence, and so on. Learning a foreign language, it's actually one of the tools to go beyond the norms your culture provide you with, but it depends. It depends on what you are using the foreign language for. If you are using it only for everyday communication, so it does not help actually in terms of personal development, because even the vocabulary that we use, this is called high frequency vocabulary, to communicate we need no more than sometimes 2,000 or 3,000 words to communicate with someone about basic things, about shared experience like food and sleeping and studying and things like that. But if you want to develop yourself, to build your intelligence, you have to go deeper. This means that you acquire more concepts, and these concepts can be acquired either in a foreign language or in your mother tongue. In this respect, I would say that someone who reads a lot, probably translations, and translations is one of the sources of foreign thought, new perspectives, things like that, and you do it without the need to learn another language. On the other hand, someone else might learn other languages but does not develop this kind of personal development in the sense of acquiring more concepts, more perspectives to view the world. And the process here might be like we usually use the term paradigm. This means that you acquire something and you use it, you apply it to something else to understand it, and you might acquire something from your own culture. And once you acquire another concept and you compare, you conclude, and things like that, and all of this is included by what we say personal development, which is different from what you learn via a kind of unconscious process, unconscious cultural process. But to which degree, multilingualism is related to intelligence, I would say that there are many articles, many studies show that it's related actually to in the sense that it improves your memorial capacities and things like that. And knowing more than being multilingual, or like knowing more than two languages, might even enhance this more and more. Yeah, I agree with that, but to which degree, intelligence and personal development, they might mean the same thing? I'm not sure. Uh, if I talk about a personal experience, which I had at the University of Neuchâtel while I was studying psychology, and I remember that the teacher asked us to read the materials in English, or she chose all the materials in English except the first one I remember, as far as I remember, and we were asked to produce in French. This means we receive in English the information in English, and we analyze it in our minds, and we reproduce it in French. And most of the students, are native speakers of French, and that's why actually no one asked them. No one said that you have to do it. It was kind of logical. Anyway, but because English, or the quality of probably the material which is produced in English, English is indispensable, and that's why many universities in the world ask students to study materials in English. Anyway, in my case, it was both languages were foreign, and even though I master English, but I don't master French, or I know English better than French, and so this is another thing. But it's related to building intelligence, it's related to building skills, it's related also to personal development, because the material we read, it was kind of intellectual stuff. It's psychology related to migration and psychology. And even it was related to linguistics, because the first material we were asked to read was a report published by the United Nations. It said that pupils are recommended to study in their own language in order to help them acquire more information and so on. I'm interested in multilingualism, and I'm interested in studies. There should be more studies about it, and its links with personal development, with intelligence, and so on. And this is why I'm thinking about founding an association for multilinguals. I hope that we'll do it soon. I hope. See you. Have a nice day.